I hope it's gonna be good. Sometimes I'm like, our story is so long, and I think I've said this before. How do you stick 16 years worth of like information into 2 pages, you know, and hope that it's like inspiring and that people will just keep pushing forward. If this is a dream of yours, keep going. And that's so hard, and I hope that came across. I got that article submitted to Lovewhatmatters, so that's cool. That was, I think I went to bed at 2 and got up at 6, which it's 6:30 now. Oh, anyway, so I'm waiting for him to wake up right now. He's got an interview this morning with The Guardian for a piece on Kallman syndrome. They're wanting to highlight Kallman syndrome and what it was like growing up with Kallman syndrome, so that'll be interesting to see. I did find out from my mother-in-law yesterday that a couple people contacted her and said that they had seen it. Oh, Jared's grandma said that she saw the story on her local news down in Yuma, so that's cool. And then one of my mother-in-law's friends said she saw it up in Canada, so that's cool. The opportunities to say thank you to everybody who helped get us here to Baby's Gale. Yesterday was the Bump's first official public debut at church, and everyone was just like, ah, and I was like, I know, and I was trying to like, I was soaking it in because it was like my moment, you know. Jared was like, I'll let you have your moment, it's fine. I'm like, I've waited 15 years for this. Do people oogle over a belly for me? So I'm gonna soak it in because this might be my only pregnancy. Who knows? So I'm gonna soak it in, you know, and be excited because everyone is excited for us. And everyone, the other thing was like, you stinker, how did you hide it so long? And I was like, loose clothing and I've got a long torso. Baby belly is so big right now. But yeah, we made a public debut yesterday. It was so fun. It's funny, the topic at church that we talked about in our women's group in Relief Society, it was based off of a talk given by one of our church leaders that talked about being like steadfast in the faith and holding strong. And you know, it's just interesting how like everything that we've come from and through the last 15 years has been a testament of that, of holding fast, of having faith. You know, that I definitely would say that there are times that I haven't been faithful, that I, you know, didn't believe that this was going to work, that as much as you try and remain positive, it's hard day in and day out to remain so when there just doesn't seem any light at the end of the tunnel. But the times that I did were obviously the times that I was brave and courageous and we pushed forward and, you know, and did all of these things, you know, that day by day got us here, have got us here, and here we are. And that's not to say that people who don't push every day, you know, and who don't necessarily get a baby, that doesn't mean that they're not pushing hard. It just, your time is not come yet, and whatever God has planned for you is part of his plan for you. And, you know, I can't compare my journey to anybody else, and then nobody else can really compare their journey to mine. But we can find inspiration and strength from one another. So I hope everybody, yeah, with whatever you're going through, whether it's infertility or death of a family member or, you know, a health illness or whatever, you know, just hang in there and hold strong and know that you are inspiring other people to be brave in their lives. And make sure to watch the time so Jared wakes up with enough time so he's not groggy when he has this interview in 20 minutes. I hope he's not going to wake up to the interview like the guy calling. Because he's calling from England, so it's a 7-hour difference. So Jared's getting up at, it's 2 o'clock there, 7 o'clock here. And the guy was like, are you sure that's not too early? And Jared's like, I gotta go to work. So it's the only time that works. And it's like an hour-long interview. So maybe I'll get some footage of that, of him just talking. Maybe a little bit about Kallman syndrome. Oh, Jared, you ready for your interview with a British news reporter? Are you groggy?
A little bit.
Give yourself a good, like a little, good morning, I'm awake. Wake up, poke yourself in the eye, you know, because that always wakes me up when I poke myself in the eye. I can help you if you want. I can give you a little eye poke. No? Okay. Kat's gonna be available for the interview. Huh, Kiki? Yeah. Very good British accent. Jared does, though. What? What you want? Let's hear you do it. Do it. It's so good. It's so good. Don't let him fool you. It's really good. It's too early. Not the truth. I didn't choose. My body just happened to wake up. I didn't even mean to fall asleep. Like I said, I'm trying to take care of the sleep maintenance. I'm not supposed to take naps during the day. It's not working. We came home from Jared's mom's. Fell asleep watching Grimm. Gotta get out and shovel the driveway today.
No, you don't. You're not shoveling a dang thing.
What are you gonna do?
You're not shoveling.
Are you gonna stop me?
Jess, you're not shoveling.
We'll just wait until he goes to work. Listen, this bump does not prevent me from using my arms.
This bump preventing you from using your arms to shovel the walk.
Listen, friend.
Jessica.
Listen. Linda, listen. Linda.
Yes.
Linda, honey. Honey,
I
Linda.
know you can shovel the walk. I know you're a strong, independent woman or whatever else you want to be. I just don't want you doing it while you're pregnant.
What you forgot to include in there was Klingon. I mean, because that, like, if we're gonna go off of one, like, race that was, like, the epitome of, like, strength and, like, warrior spirit, Klingon. Definitely Klingon. Jared's not amused face. No, too early? Too early for humor?
Your humor.
What about the cat's humor?
The cat is hilarious. Cat is always hilarious.
Kiki, are you hilarious? As he just sits there. The footage, just a little bit. Just. I'm squishing your head with my fingers. Listen, you're gonna do great. Just speak from the heart, but use your brain. Jared was nervous to do this interview because the thing with media is, what you have to remember is they don't always have the same, they don't always, okay, how do you say this? They may have a different story that they're trying to tell than the one that you're trying to tell. So, you know, it's hard to know how they're going to take what you say in an interview and, you know, they can direct it this way or this way. Like, you have no idea, friends. We have learned to be extra careful. This is why we love vlogging, because we can decide what is in our videos and what we want to portray in our videos, which is...
What's his name? Chris, right?
Chris. His name is Chris. We get to decide what we want to portray in our videos, which is, I mean, everything that we portray is who we are. I mean, I think the only thing we edit out is when we argue and when I make dirty jokes, which is not often.
Yeah, we'll probably edit that out too.
Crass sense of humor. And so I laugh at things that are inappropriate. Potty humor makes me laugh, and Jared thinks it's not so funny.
Not at all funny.
Not at all funny. We're balanced. We are balanced. We have a balanced personality set within our marriage. It works for us. You gotta do what works for you.
A few moments later.
Here we go.
Hello?
Oh, hi, David.
Yeah, this is Jared.
Hello, this is Chris from the Guardian.
Hey, Chris. In the first physical I went through, you know, like, obviously the doctor knew that something was really wrong because I hadn't gone through puberty at all. It took about 4 or 5 doctors, going through 4 or 5 doctors before I actually found somebody who knew anything about Kallmann syndrome. My early childhood, like, I'm not sure anyone would have been able to tell, like, just by looking at me that they had something going on. It wasn't until, like, I hit closer to those teenage years that I was really different from everybody else. I wish I could show you some pictures of me as a kid. I feel like there's a spot in my childhood where I just started to look like there was something wrong.
1 hour later.
The guy was looking for a real experience, not a medically right perfect experience.
Right.
And honestly, like, when I was a kid, I had no clue what was going on. When I even got diagnosed, I still had no clue. Like, they explained it to me a little bit, but, you know, like,
they
it
probably
still
used
wasn't
layman's terms,
right,
to
and it was
describe it to you.
And so like, it wasn't until, like, later on in my life that I actually cared to know about it, you know?
You knew so little about it. You didn't even know the name of it. And you were like, I think it maybe starts with like a K or something. I don't know. Literally got on the internet, narrowed it down to like a bunch of conditions. Okay, like, this is the condition I think it is. And I showed you and you're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And I was like, okay. You know, because it just, it made me nutty. But that's so my medical brain side that I'm just like, I need to know. The knowledge needs to be there. I need to understand.
Yeah. Jessica, I'm not worried about the snow out on the driveway. There's enough that and the sun's gonna come out today. It's gonna melt. Okay? So I don't want. Please, for the love of all that's good on this planet, do not go out there and shovel. Okay? So promise me you're not gonna shovel. This is the binding deal.
Binding deal. All right, I promise.
Okay.
I promise you I will.
All right. Good.
If you will, do me one favor and just shovel the walk. If you'll just shovel the walk, that way I can take the puppy so I don't slip. Because obviously slipping and falling would not be good for babies either.
That's true. Okay. I will do at least that.